I think one of my friends hates me, and this is why. I've been posting content for about close to 2 years now. It'll be 2 years in January. And I hate to be the person to say that, like, oh, real friends will support your content. People who know you in real life, who are your friends, don't support your content, aren't your real friends. I am not that kind of person. I don't really believe that, except in the case of one person that I know, who this person out of all of my friends is like actually low-key a hater and like not even covert about it. And I feel like it's very pointed, like it's very obvious that it's like at me. I feel like I've come to like a place of like freedom of like being able to post just to post because I feel like it's meaningful for me and it's paid off for me. So I'm not gonna stop doing that because I think I care what somebody thinks of it, you know? But there are a couple of instances with this friend that like really proved this to me. The first one was I had a bachelorette that I went on earlier this year, and I was like trying to like figure out if brands could like send me stuff for this bachelorette. Long story short, I feel like most of the brands that I reached out to at the time, I had a smaller following, and I think at the time like they just like didn't have the stock or like weren't doing that kind of opportunity. So I received a lot of no's from brands that I personally had received PR packages from in the past. And I remember like talking to this friend about that like in a group chat that we're in, and I remember like her asking me like how it was going, like planning this bachelorette party, whatever. And I told her like about this little detail of trying to get a PR package to like share with the girls that were going to go on this trip. And when I shared this piece of information, like the one thing that she said was like, oh, well, maybe you should shoot for smaller brands because they probably only send stuff to bigger creators. You know, to like give her the benefit of the doubt. She didn't know that I previously received PR from these brands. So like maybe it was well intentioned. I don't know, because I don't really talk about content creation with other people. People in my real life, I don't talk about my content creation. I don't talk about my content. If they see my content, it's because either they follow me or like they found it some other way. But I digress. While that's true, like that's such a weird thing for like one of your close friends to say to you. I feel like, call me too sensitive, but I wouldn't say that to a friend of mine who's like trying to be a content creator or whatever. But whatever, I let that go because it wasn't really a big deal. But then like literally a month later or something like that, I remember like on her Instagram story, she said something about, because I think it was like approaching Prime Day or something like that on Amazon, and she posted some kind of like shade about like influencers posting their links for like Amazon or LTK or whatever, and saying how like influencers posting their links is like being part of like a fundraiser in elementary school, and like whoever like sells the most like gets a pizza party or something stupid like that. It was just clearly like a very like salty post, and it was like a series of posts. Like there were like 3 or 4 different slides that she posted about this. I was like, that's kind of weird. And let that go because I was like, whatever. But then like a couple days later, I was like scrolling through Instagram and I noticed that she has a separate account where she is also trying to like create content, like clearly trying to be an influencer, like whatever niche she is interested in being an influencer in. And she doesn't follow me, but she follows like my other friends who like we all are friends with. So I just like, I thought that that was really strange because it's like, okay, a couple days ago you were like hating on people who like try to be influencers or like post their influencing or content creation things, but then you like turn around like in the same breath and like you have your own profile doing the same stuff. It's very strange to me. And then the third thing that was kind of like the nail in the coffin for me, that's like, oh yeah, like she like actually is just a hater. She's kind of an op and she doesn't like me. Like I've never thought that this friend liked me, truthfully, but I feel like it's just been a little bit more apparent recently that like I don't think she likes me. I've never really felt like this friend has like been happy for me for like any good thing that I've ever done or like achieved. Like it's always been like shrouded in like, oh well, I did this, or like it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, again, I digress. I could get into that a whole other time. But the nail in the coffin for me is today. So I don't post on Instagram very often. I'm trying to get more consistent about posting on Instagram in case like this were to go somewhere. And so I've been like consistently posting on Instagram for like the last week or so, which is new. And it's so funny because today she posted on her Instagram story something about like a New York Times like video article. The whole article was talking about how like normal people don't want to be on social media anymore because no one's posting normal content and everybody's just trying to be an influencer now, which I don't know. Like again, I might just be like recognizing patterns that aren't there, but that just feels very timely when I normally never post on Instagram. I've gone months without posting on Instagram until recently, and then coincidentally she posts something like this, completely out of the ordinary of things that she posts on her story, by the way. I also forgot to mention, and I feel like it's important for this conversation to say that like she has never engaged with a single piece of my content, like ever, like never liked, never commented, like not a single thing. She's never even so much as like asked how it's been going or like ask any questions about it, when like again all of my other friends have, like all of my other friends are like curious about how this is going for me because they like me, you know? And again, like I'm not the kind of person to say real friends will engage with your content because like people are busy and like their first priority is not engaging with your content creation journey. And I feel like that's not a testament to like your friendship with someone, right? But I do think that it's interesting when we're talking about all these other things where she like low-key is kind of like a hater with my content creation, and then also like just has never been supportive of it like at all, when all of my other friends like have been in some capacity. I don't know.
I don't know if y'all been seeing the lady that's been calling the churches, asking to see if somebody could assist her with like formula for a baby because her baby ran out of formula and stuff, and trying to see like if the churches are going to help or not. Anyway, so I hope y'all see that. But anyway, this is a little story time. Not gonna say nothing more, not gonna say nothing less. This is not the bash the church. This is just literally a story time of what I went through personally. And two things can always be true, okay? God will always be our righteous judge. He will always provide. He ended up providing for me, just not in that route with the church. However, two things can be true. The church tried it. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. I'm sticking to the facts, no opinions. Sorry about the barking dog. But anyway, stay with me now. So this is the time I had lost my job in DC, and I had a savings account. I exhausted my savings. I liquidated my assets. Anyway, it doesn't even matter. All that happened, and I needed help. And I was going to a church. I was a member of a church. I was a tithing member of a church. I was volunteering with this church. Even if I wasn't, that shouldn't even matter. But let me even just set the stage for y'all. Union Church of DMV. Y'all know that church got like 7 campuses. I don't even know if it's 7, 6, 5, 4. I don't know, but they got millions of dollars over there. Okay. I mean, big screens and everything. I reach out to them, mind you, because I have been like involved in the church. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I remember I was crying. I could not pay my rent. I'm talking to my parents. My parents are like, oh, girl, reach out to your church. Like, they will help you. You know, we are adults. We've been through this before, and our church has helped us back home. I'm now currently back at home, and I attend Victory Church. Anyway, in Atlanta, Norcross, Georgia to be exact. Victory is kind of as big as Union. So if you know Victory Church in Georgia, Union is kind of that big, if not bigger. I don't know which church is big, but it's kind of the same. So anyway, let me just set the stage for y'all. This is like in May 22nd to be exact. Actually, it might be sooner than that. I reached out to the pastors, and I'm like, basically, I really need help. They're like, oh, we have a benevolence committee. You got to sign up through there. So I signed up through the benevolence committee, and I'm like, okay, I fill out this form. I fill out the form. It took them like 2-3 weeks to get back to me. And I'm like, okay, this is almost another month. And I fill out the form. Y'all, these people are asking for literally everything. Everything. I don't even know if they asked my social security number. I can't say that they did, but they might have. They asked for bank statements, how much I paid in rent, how much I tied to the church, how long I was a member of the church, if I like volunteer with the church, how much I have in my savings account, how much my car costs, how much my insurance costs. I think it was like 4 months of bank statements, every account that I have bank statements. They also wanted to know how much I've spent at a restaurant before, like out eating with my friends, how much I spent on alcohol, like if I bought like a bottle of wine and stuff. Mind you, gotta upload your bank statements. They were asking like, I've been trying to look at my stuff because I got screenshots, I got receipts for days, but I was trying to look at my stuff so, like, to get to the application, but it was like an in-system application where you had to like upload all of this stuff, y'all. Like, they wanted your, on top of the bank statements and stuff, they wanted like your ID, so either your passport or your license. They wanted where you lived at, the lease, all this stuff, y'all. It was so much stuff. Put it like this: I applied for SNAP benefits to be on food stamps. Union Church asked me for more information than the DC government for SNAP benefits. I received my SNAP benefits from the DC government within 48 hours, 2 days, because I did not have money and I could not afford to eat, like, buy food. I could not even afford to pay my rent. This happened in May 22nd. May 22nd. Do you know, y'all, I had to keep begging different pastors and different people, emailing, like trying to figure out how I can get a hold of this benevolence committee of Union Church, right? I ended up getting to the main pastor of the church of the main campus. Was it in Glen? Was it the one in Maryland? The main campus of Union Church, child. I meet with pastor child, and I had to have a benevolence meeting with him to go over my entire business. So I'm telling him all of my business about how I lost my job, why I lost my job, all this stuff, y'all, which was already triggering because if you're not new here, you kind of know it was a whole discrimination suit that was going on with my job. I'm telling him all this stuff, how much money I kind of like need or want. And I'm just like, honestly, anything would help. I literally cannot afford to pay my rent. Like, I've already exhausted my savings. I had a savings. And it got to the point where he was like, okay, well, I'm going to take this to the committee. I took some notes and the committee's going to like have their final say. I emailed this man 4, 5, like, hey, is there anything else I can provide? Hey, have you heard anything back? Hey, like, I really need the help. Meanwhile, I'm still attending the church and still putting on the face and still volunteering for them. And I'm asking other people like, hey, have you heard anything? Like what is going on, y'all? I get an email back from the benevolence committee, y'all. After I emailed them, begging them, like, okay, can y'all, tell me something else or whatever. Do you know these people told me, these people literally told me, they emailed me and say, hey, we're unable to provide you assistance right now. Mind you, in the email, it says they can't provide assistance. So the girl calling around to see if a church would help her get formula, if she were to call Union, child, they said 7 to 14 days. Not even. They emailed me back, y'all. I think it was September, May, June, July. Okay, it was September 5th. September 5th, they emailed me back and said, hey, sorry, we're not able to provide any assistance for you. So, but we can enroll you in Financial Peace University where you can learn how to like save and debt stuff. I'm like, wait, this has to be a joke. Not Union Church on a Jumbotron talking about, oh, we feeding the homeless and we do this and that and the other. Okay, so it's just all the people who don't go to the church so we could blast this on the screen. But the people who in the church that need help, after you give us your life and your social security number and all your business and I don't know, maybe beg, borrow, and not steal, but beg, borrow us for months, we're going to email you back and say, oh, you could take this class to learn how to budget better. After that, I was literally devastated, y'all. I met with the pastor and I was like, mind you, I was going through pastoral care with another pastor and I'm telling him about all this stuff and he was kind of shook. He was like, wait, I just moved here. What in the world? I was like, this is actually crazy. I called my parents and my parents were like, yo, when we received aid from the church, they didn't even ask for all this. Why are you asking for your bank statements? This is literally insane. I'm like, yeah, this is crazy. Mind you, I never really told this story because I didn't know how to tell this story without seeming like I had like any issues with Union Church. I have no issues with Union Church. Did they drop the ball? Yes. Do they seem greedy? Yes, they do. Did God still provide? Yes, he did. God is still faithful either way. But two things could definitely be true, you know? So after that happened, y'all, let me tell you, I literally talked to the main campus pastor again because I'm just like, wait, this is actually insane. Like, I could not believe it. I was heartbroken. I was like, oh my gosh. I told him and I'm like, look, this is not coming from a place of like, me saying that y'all have to give me anything, but it's so disheartening. I reached out to y'all May 22nd. I gave y'all I gave y'all more than I gave the DC government. More. Y'all asked for more than the DC government asked. And they provided aid within 48 hours, 2 days. I had to keep emailing y'all, meet with you, explain the same thing. His response was, we got people that are homeless. Yes, we do. I'm completely aware of that. I'm completely aware, and I'm blessed that I have a roof over my head. However, come on now. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's not like a who got it worse type situation. Y'all got millions of dollars. So I'm like, okay, yes. And I really hope we got people at home. So it's just kind of like, there's a lot, some people, this one guy just, he called me and he is living out his car. That's literally what the pastor said to me. And he was like, you know what? I really want to pray for you and make sure that this doesn't harden your heart. I said, my heart is not hard. I just wanted to have a conversation with you to tell you that not only is this insensitive, but also the steps to even get the aid is actually really crazy. Like this is actually crazy. This is from May 20. I'm looking at it, May 22nd, 2024. This happened. They did not respond to me after I emailed them profusely, met with them profusely. I'm meeting with 2 different pastors. I'm talking to people like boots was on the ground, babe. And then the next thing they said to me was, we can enroll you into Financial Peace University to help you out a budget. Sorry. That email even back was insensitive. I said, y'all didn't even offer me a giant gift card, which is like a Kroger or whatever. Harris Teeter is like Kroger up there. Y'all didn't even offer me food, prayer. Nobody even called me to check on me. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, by then I could have gotten evicted and been on the street. You don't even know. And I'm like, this is somebody, and to even be asking y'all, it was a total mess. Long story short, after that, I had ended up leaving Union Church. And I was like, I went to, if you're in DC, definitely check out National Community Church or Waterfront Church in DC. Those are 2 amazing churches. I mean, no questions asked, hands down when I walked up in, especially Waterfront Church. Even when I moved back here, I had to move back here because I was months without, almost a year without a job. Moved back here. Now I'm in school and everything, y'all know. But moved back here. Waterfront Church reached out to me, talking about we're praying for you if safe travels back home. It's just all types of, like, y'all, two things can always be true. Not every church is truly doing God's work all around. They could definitely turn around, but not every church is truly doing God's work all around. Some of them are doing this for the social media and to say that they did it. And some of them don't know what's going on with what's going on.
Let me tell y'all a story time on how I linked with this DL. I turned him out and he didn't even know I was a femme gay boy. So y'all, I just got a new number and a new phone. So when I logged back into my iCloud, I was going through like my old messages, scrolling through my DL options, looking at my old niggas or whatever, right? So I ended up going to this one message thread. Never ended up really reading the message thread. I scrolled through it and I just seen that me and him was texting before. I sent my low to him. We were supposed to link, but we end up not linking. That's all I really remember from the messages. Keep that in mind, y'all. Mind y'all, this is my new number. So I texted him. I'm like, hey, what you doing or whatever? He like, hey, nothing. Just got off of work. What you doing? He was like, oh, wait, who is this? Send pictures. Of course, I sent him the mug and he's living down. There was no complaints. There was no problems. He didn't say nothing when I sent my pictures. And I also sent twat pics too. And he ain't say nothing about my twat. So you seen them cherries dangling. So I asked him, I'm like, what you doing? He like, oh, I just got off of work or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. He was like, what you was doing? Bitch, nothing. He was like, oh, okay, I'm finna come see you right now, drop low. Instantly. Like a TV dinner. I then sent him the location, and after that, y'all already know. I raced to that shower. I'm in that bitch doing a motherfucking stanky leg, making sure I don't have no problems, because I would hate for him to get back there, spread these cheeks open, and see nothing but 4C hair. He was 5 minutes away. I'm like, let me know when you here. He was taking forever to get here, right? So I'm thinking he like was gonna ghost me. He wasn't even gonna see me. He wasn't gonna entertain me at all. He was flaking me. So I end up taking my stuff off. He texted me randomly, I'm outside. I don't know where to park. I thought you said you was gonna be down here. I'm like, here I come. I had to put my stuff back on. So I'm putting my shit back on, rushing to get motherfucking downstairs because I'm irritated. Like, nigga, you could have texted me and let me know you was on your way or let me know if you was still coming or not. You just drove 30 minutes all the way from motherfucking Avon to not text the person, hey, I'm 10 minutes away. Hey, I'm 15 minutes away. You just gonna drive that far, that distance, just to be let down? What if I didn't answer my phone? Then what? But I did. So I'm walking downstairs and I'm getting in the car or whatever. And I look to my left and I look at him. He got these funny looking ass glasses on. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. Mind y'all, in the messages, I remember when he sent his pictures, he only sent pictures with these specific glasses on. Like, I never seen the nigga face. I never seen what the nigga looked like. He just staring at me with these Dr. Doofenshmirtz ass glasses, bitch. Like, what? He was like, why didn't you tell me that you couldn't have company? Hold up, you foreigner. You got that one. First of all, I was supposed to tell him in the messages that I couldn't have company at the time. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, you a hoe. I'm a hoe. CarPlay. He was like, well, do you know like a spot or something? Like, do you know somewhere we could go? I'm like, yeah, I know a spot, right? So we ended up pulling up behind these apartments near Buckeye and Kinsman. If y'all know, y'all know. And so we thought it was like discreet, you know, very on the low. So where we parked, it was across the street from a grocery store, right? Keep that in mind. We pull up to the spot. I asked him, I'm like, so is the glasses a part of like a aesthetic? Is that like your theme? Is it a kink? That nigga ain't answer my question or nothing. He just ended up laughing it off and taking them bitches off. So now me, I'm all like, we chilling, talking, everything was going good. There was no problems. He was like, you want to smoke out the back? I'm like, yeah. At first, I thought he was talking about the back seat. He was like, no, you want to go to the trunk? I'm like, oh, okay, that's new. So I pull the seat down. I'm laying on my stomach out the trunk. He's sitting next to me in this thick-ass skateboard in the back of me. And we sitting there, we chilling, we smoking. There was no problem. As we smoking, why the fuck would this nigga just say, so like, I mean, your voice is like very deep. What are you? Hold on, bitch. When I say I busted out laughing, but I was really crying, because it's like, nigga, who is you talking to? Like, I said, to be clear, I'm a femme gay boy. I said, so if you didn't know that, like, was you trying to say, like, you didn't know or something? He was like, I mean, no, I don't mind, but, like, you know, I just didn't know who you are, and then your voice was just throwing me off. Well, get the fuck back on, because I'm going to keep talking how I want to talk. Like, what are you talking about? I go through my messages, and I see what me and him was actually really talking about in our messages, and I just end up scrolling as we sitting there next to each other, and I look, this nigga gonna say in the messages, a gay-ass bitch in the messages. So I showed him to him. I was like, oh, so you acting like you don't know me, or like you didn't know that who I was, or we wasn't texting, but these is our messages of you calling me a gay-ass bitch after I sent my videos the last time when we first was talking, and I didn't remember who the dude was, y'all. I didn't even remember. Y'all gonna call me a hoe anyway. I don't care. Bitch, one thing led to another. I had him in that back seat, legs open like scissors, one thumb on the motherfucking gooch, mouth on tip. Mind y'all, this is a straight man. He's not gay. He's not DL. I was his first ever person that was like this. And, well, from what I know. And all I'm hearing is, as I'm doing what I know how to do best, I keep hearing all these hms and hums and ha's and oh and Johnny and all these girl moans, right? Bruh, before I could even address the sassy shit, why the fuck a car pull up, put these bright ass headlights on us, and he literally start tweaking. Moving quick as fuck, scattering like roaches, trying to put that motherfucking hoodie on, them ugly ass glasses on, talk about some, bruh, I thought you said that this spot was secluded and that nobody was gonna be here. This DL shit ain't no game. He says niggas out here that really like, that don't play about this shit. All mad because you got caught on some headlights. The headlights is on you. Spotlight, boo. Say hey. Me, my kinky ass, I'm like, so we not finna do nothing? He like, no. Y'all, this nigga was mad. He all driving me home like this.
Story time on how I found out I was not the only girl this guy was talking to. Period. Classic. No, my homegirl went into his restroom.
Me?
You were the one that went into his restroom and you were like, bro, why do you have so much girl stuff?
Like that?
Yes.
No?
You don't remember? You literally were like, why do you have so much girl stuff here?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw the vaginas.
the pH balance.
The vagisal.
Y'all know how like ladies, obviously you wash your private part. So she had it there. She had like a small little thing in the shower, and he was talking about that's my sisters. Those are my sisters. Okay, I wasn't even talking to him at this time that my homegirl had went into the restroom, so I didn't really care. I think you went in and you found even more. You found body wash. You found loofah in there.
Pads
Under the sink.
Pimple patches. An aloe bag in the closet.
I didn't know.
And then remember when I was like, can I keep this aloe bag? And he was like, nah, it's my sister's.
Okay, like I said, I wasn't speaking to him at this time. Like, I didn't even know him. I didn't even know about the pads on the bottom. I didn't know about the pimple patches. I didn't know about none of that. I just knew about what was in the shower, which is the soap and the okay, so we started speaking, whatever, talking. And I would take my like little headband. I have like a pink headband that I use when I wash my face. And I would use it every time I wash my face. And then I had like a pink toothbrush. If this guy watches this, please give me my stuff back. My toothbrush to this day is there. My Miri shoes. I kid you not, when I got my money up, that was the first thing I bought was some $900 shoes. And he has them to this day.
That's the first thing you bought?
Honestly, like, that's not the first thing I bought. But like,
Yeah.
you know, anyways, I bought them matching with a friend of mine. The first thing was the headband. I freaking left the headband there, and I would put it in his like little basket on the side.
No.
In a basket that he has in his restroom. And it's always been there. Every time I go back, the headband was always there. So one time I went back and the headband wasn't in the basket. So I'm asking him, I'm like looking for it because obviously I need to wash my face. I had makeup on. So like, where is my headband? And he's like, oh, let me grab it. And I'm like, okay. He goes into the closet and grabs it out the closet. First of all, I am not dumb,
Slow,
bro. I am not
green,
slow.
or stupid.
I am not none of the above of that, okay? I tell you, because my ex, when I was like not even with him or whatever, like we was just sneaking around, this man would hide my makeup bag in his closet, talking about his sisters was messing with my shit. No, I like kind of brushed that off. Like I was kind of slow back then, okay? Because that was probably the second person that I've ever been like kind of serious with. So I was like slow as hell. So okay, I let that one slide. I was like, whatever. Cause he also said I was like, why was it in the closet? He was like, cause I was gonna wash it. You be washing your face with it. You get it wet. You get in the shower with it. You get it wet. And
my apartment.
I was cleaning my apartment. It was there. Like, so I decided to wash it. Boy, be so for real, whatever. So then next time I go, homegirl had spent the night. So he had 4 packs of toothbrushes, right? At this time, I didn't have my toothbrush there. I had forgot it. So I used 1 toothbrush.
I used another one.
And she used another one. So there was 2 left, okay? There's 2 left. So it was just me and her. I didn't go for 2 days. I go back. Another toothbrush is open. And it's on the counter still. Like, he didn't even bother to throw it away or whatever. He left it on the counter.
Did you tell him anything about that?
No. Listen. I'm like, why is there a toothbrush here? Like, why is this toothbrush here? Like, I know I'm not dumb, bro. Like, you're using, like, somebody uses toothbrush while, you know, while I wasn't here. Bro, he grabs the toothbrush. He's like, no, bro, like, I use it for my edges. He starts brushing his hair.
You're lying.
I swear, he starts brushing his hair. Talk about, no, for my edges. Like, look, I was brushing it. Yeah, this is what I was using it for. And I was like, man, like, get the fuck out of my face, bro. Man, I think that was actually I think I stopped fucking with him after that.
I don't think he went back anymore.
Yeah, after that, I didn't go back because I was like, okay, my headband. And then after my headband, it was the toothbrushes. And then I would go, he started putting my stuff under the sink. So when I would go under the sink, that's when I noticed the pads. I didn't know she already knew about the pads, but that's when I noticed the pads.
Ooh, yeah,
and I noticed
patches. She had
anything that a girl needed, it was there. Down to tampons and pimple patches and everything. After the little toothbrush thing, I was like, I'm done. I am done. So yeah, if you see this, to this day, he does have all my stuff. He has my toothbrush, he has my face wash, actually he bought me that, but he has my toothbrush and my shoes and a sweater of mine. And yeah, I left everything there and I still need to get it, but I haven't got it because giant dumb. I let that little headband slide, and then once I saw a toothbrush, I said, I'm not letting this slide. Like, I ain't a dumb bitch no more. I ain't slow.
I went on a date tonight for the first time in several months, and I'm going to tell you all the reasons that there will not be a second date. So reason 1, when I was walking towards the place where our date was supposed to be, I could see him standing on the corner. He clearly saw me, proceeded to duck away, and then when I turned the corner, he was leaning against the wall with 1 foot propped up and his arms crossed against his chest. We went straight to the bar. I ordered a vodka cranberry because that's my go-to, and I know how to handle my liquor. I knew that I was going to be fine after 1 drink. He proceeded to also order a vodka cranberry, decided to order it with Grey Goose. I ordered mine with Wells. Okay. He ordered a vodka cranberry and then proceeded to tell me while the bartender was making his drink that he does not know how to handle his liquor and that he will most likely be drunk after finishing that drink. I thought to myself, why would you do that? He wouldn't stop staring at my boobs. He commented a lot on how hot I looked, which I know, but it seemed excessive. At one point, I mentioned that Sabrina Carpenter is one of my favorite singers, and he interrupted me to tell me that he also loves Sabrina Carpenter. And I said, oh, awesome. And then he repeated that he loved Sabrina Carpenter. And I went, right. And then he said it a 3rd time, really drawing out the fact that he really loves Sabrina Carpenter. And it got to a point where I realized if a straight man is telling a female presenting person or any person how much they love Sabrina Carpenter, I don't think it's about her music at that point. He also interrupted me a lot. He would ask me questions that would lead to me telling a story about something. I never got to finish any of the stories that I was telling tonight, so that sucks. And yes, true to his word, he did get drunk after 1 drink, 1 vodka cranberry. I finished mine very quickly, did not get drunk. I was able to drive afterwards. I could have driven home right then and there if I really wanted to, but I didn't want to leave him stranded drunk at a bar, so I had to stay way longer than I wanted to. I know not everyone picks up on body language as well as most people, but I feel like I was making it very clear that I did not want to be touched. I did not want him to stand very close to me, and he proceeded to do just that. Every time he would stand close to me, I would take a little step to the side. He would keep following me around just so he could stand really close to me. He also found any opportunity to high-five me just so he could hold my hand. he would get really close to me and just stare at me, and I feel like I was making it very clear that that's not what I wanted to do or reciprocate. He tried taking me to a hookah bar at one point. At the end of the night, when I finally was able to leave, he asked me if he could walk me to my car. I said that that was fine. I didn't see any reason why he couldn't. He walked in front of me the whole time and didn't say anything. At the end of the night, I'm glad that I went on a date. I'm glad that I'm putting myself out there. I will probably continue to go on dates until I don't want to go on dates anymore. That one just did not go very well.